Great Wall Motor. That's the name of a car brand, a vehicle brand, a manufacturer from China. And you'll be thinking, what do they make? What do they bring to the market? Well, they bring some very, very interesting vehicles. But the most interesting vehicle is an off-road SUV that is big, chunky, and very well equipped. So, oh, you're probably wondering if this is Great Wall. Is this the vehicle I'm talking about? But this looks like a Jeep Renegade. In fact, it looks a lot like the Jeep Renegade. But if you look closely here, you'll see the word GWM. So what is GWM? Great Wall Motor. Tank. This is a tank. The brand, the manufacturer is GWM, Great Wall Motor. The product is tank, and it's the tank 300. So soon you'll see the tank 500, maybe the tank 700, maybe the tank 900, we don't know yet. But this is the tank 300. So this, of course, is made in China. So you're going to say, hey, did they look at the Jeep and say, hey, we'll make it better? Or did they take some of the styling cues? Well, yes. But then also, when you look very closely, you see that the new products, big, chunky SUVs that are coming out of Japan and Korea and America are all starting to look the same. And there are some other manufacturers from China also offering chunky Jeep-like designs in their new vehicles. So this is a trend. This is something which consumers want. This is something which a lot of people around the world are moving towards. Not just an SUV, but a chunky, square, boxy SUV. So you've seen the look, you looked at the design. Now let's get inside and take it for a test drive. So you get into the Great Wall Motor tank, and I got to say, I love this new look from Great Wall. Very clean, very, how you say, symmetrical in the way they've presented the dashboard. I like the fact, I know you've heard me before if you've been watching my earlier videos, I like the fact that the infotainment screen is, not jutting out. It's part of the dashboard. It flows. It doesn't look like something that's been added on, and it doesn't obstruct the view across. Some of them sit so high up, they obstruct some of the view. This is nice, clear view in front. You got a lot of information for the driver. You got real-time fuel consumption running here, whether you need it or not. This is a 2-liter turbocharged engine. It doesn't suck a lot of fuel. Of course, when you push it, it will. But if you're driving lethargically in town, which most people will be doing, I don't think a lot of people will be driving this off-road very often, because people like vehicles like this just to drive around the city, not for them to go, off-road and, challenge the off-road systems in these vehicles. Even pickup truck owners hardly go off-road. Of course, the farmers and all, put them aside. So, you've got this 2-liter turbocharged engine, a nice smooth shifting gearbox, nice chunky lever here, okay, big aircon vents. You got an analog clock, easy to use infotainment system. When I say easy to use, easy to learn. Within a little while you'll get to learn. It's very informative. Soft touch, of course. Now, why am I driving in all these tight office areas? Because why? The majority of buyers of something like this, the tank, will be using it for daily commuting to work and back. I can even see a lot of women liking to drive this every day. Even if they are a housewife, they'll drive it every day to send the kids to school. Not because why? It is actually very nice to drive. You've got very comfortable seats, soft, I emphasize this, soft headrest. So your head doesn't bounce back on a hard headrest. Soft seat, nice touch panels. Nice fit and finish. Almost premium-like in its delivery. Multifunction steering wheel. Infinity sound system. Let me emphasize that. Infinity sound system, not a cheap sound system. And you can't hear it in this video, but it's actually a good quality sound system. I've enjoyed it. I've been driving this car for the last 4 days. This is my last day with it. I'm actually a little bit sad to let it go because it's been a nice driving experience. My family is sat in the car. 5 of us sat in the car. My kids were at the back. 3 at the back. No issue. You know, they're all college going, so they are all adult size. Very comfortable back. You got nice luggage room at the back. Okay, it's high in terms of loading and unloading because why? It's a high SUV, but it's not very, very high. It's not, you know, hard to get in and out high, that kind of thing. You got nice power delivery, very progressive, gears shift smoothly. Of course, you can use the pedal shifters, but you know, when you're in city driving, most of the time you'll just put it in automatic and let it go. You've got all the off-road features you will want and need. You got, let me emphasize this, front differential and rear differential, which means getting out of muddy situations, this is a gem. This is superbly well equipped when it comes to off-road activity. Problem is how many people, like I said earlier, will actually use it off-road. And you got one little button here, which I found very interesting. Already, this vehicle has a very tight turning circle, which means in tight streets around Petaling Jaya or, you know, our city, it's very easy to make a U-turn compared to a lot of vehicles smaller in size. But with this added feature, you get an even tighter turning circle. So what Great Wall engineers have done is they've made sure that, you know, whoever is driving this, especially if you're driving it in the city, it's going to be an easy vehicle to live with. So Great Wall Motor Tank 300 right now in showrooms. Very good warranty, very good after sales. There's a 6-year warranty on this, you know, and its selling price, you know, is a flat 250,000 ringgit. Malaysian 250,000 ringgit for this. Now you're going to say, hey, you know, there are some options from the electric car market that are cheaper. Well, in Malaysia, there is no tax concession on petrol powered vehicle. This is purely petrol powered, so you have to pay full tax. So at 250,000, there are a lot of rivals. The rivals are all from Europe, some from Japan, but I think this has nudged some of the competition out of the equation for me, and I hope you take it out for a test drive and find out for yourself why I'm saying that. So we've driven the Great Wall Motor Tank 300 and we've showed you most of the interior, but let me point out a few little specific things I want to mention again. You got this nice chunky grab handle here, grab handles here, because to get in and out, if you need to pull yourself up, you know, you're slightly older like me, you got grab handles here also. Nice big aircon vents, analog clock. I like this, you know, analog clock. Infotainment screen, flushed, beautifully flushed. It looks like one big screen. You got a multi-function driver's instrument display. You got a lot of information here. You can use all the functions here. Okay. Then you've got a chunky gear shifter. Very nice chunky gear shifter here. Not something you see in a lot of vehicles today. Of course, it's automatic, but it's something nice to have. All 4-wheel drive modes here. Here you got 5 terrain modes. Here you got 2H, 4H, 4L, all just with a nice, you know, rotary knob. You got your park sensors. You can activate them. And the beauty is, as you get closer, you got so many views. It actually tells you how many cm, how close you are to, you know, the next object or whatever. So very interesting. See, all this they tell you there. A lot of information, easy to use, not difficult at all. If you go into the vehicle, infotainment system, radio is here. You got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Basically everything you need is here. AC, heating. You got massage chair, massage function on your driver's seat. It's electric. The other one is also electric on the side here. You got your 4-wheel drive on demand here. You got an interesting button here, which I mentioned earlier. You press it, your turning radius becomes tighter. like I said, a lot of features, a lot of functionality, and you still have charging tray for your phone and your 2 different outlets for charging your devices. What I like is, even though you've got all this, you still got buttons here for your aircon, so that you can quickly change it without going to the screen. So if you're driving, you don't want to look down, you can do a quick adjustment here. You don't have to look at the screen. These are all little things that the manufacturer has thought about and said, hey, I think this is going to be good for the driver. I like all these features. I like all these facts.